What's up, you guys? Chet the Dream Poet here. Excuse me. Sorry, it's all that Tennessee pollen. But what's up, you guys? Chet the Dream Poet here, coming to you all with another fun-filled vlog. Yes, this is actually the first vlog I will be doing in the state of Tennessee. After a long 2.5 year journey in the state of Florida, this is my first one back in my home state. Well, actually moving back here, but you guys, I have a special place for you all, and this is what we're going to check out today. We are going to check out the Tellico Blockhouse site. You see, the Tellico Blockhouse, it was a fortification built between the years of 1794 to about 1807. You see, the fortification was needed in order to build ties between the United States and the Cherokee Nation. It was a plight from the Cherokee. You see, there were already other European powers here in the foothills of East Tennessee. The British, the French, and a very young United States. Well, with the help of the Tellico Blockhouse, this is where agreements would be made between the United States and the Cherokee Nation. And as a way of trading things off, the Cherokee, they would learn proper farming techniques used by the English that they too could adopt themselves. On top of that, also learning how to silversmith and blacksmith. Actually, historically, sorry, all that pollen. This is where a young Sequoia would learn how to blacksmith. Well, actually, he was a silversmith as well. Before his advent of the Cherokee syllabary, more than likely, he set foot in this area. And as we're walking, we're going to check out the remnant. Well, I shouldn't say remnants. The foundation of the Tellico Blockhouse. Let's do it. Anchor down. As you can see, there is not a whole lot here, other than maybe this little guard post right here. But other than that, not a whole lot. But this is the foundations of the Tellico Blockhouse. Major trading post, major place, site, where agreements between the eastern band of the Cherokee Nation were made. And, well, all of it is quite fascinating. Just check that out. And there's even a well as well. God, that's bad. You see, the river system that is right in front of us, excuse me again, this is the Little Tennessee River. You see, in the ancient days of the Cherokee, before European arrival, the eastern band, or I would say what would become of the eastern, the west, and the Oklahoma band, or the Cherokee Nation, this is where their ancestors lived. You see, the first Cherokee capital in this area was Tonchi. And Tonchi, if you all do not know, that would be later become the evolution of the name of my home state, Tennessee. And you see, when there would be more British settlement coming in, the Cherokee would later move their capital to Chota, the Chota Monument. both are still memorialized by the Cherokee in this area. Not far down the road from here is Fort Loudon. Fort Loudon actually was a probably the farthest south, well, the Appalachians, that the British had come. And well, let's say that did not end too well between the Cherokee and the British. It's very interesting. I'm very glad that I did hear some news that they'll be doing more on this. I really hope that they build it about like Fort Loudon is, just across the river. It's really really nifty. And there's actually a very interesting story behind all this. You see, Lieutenant Henry Timberlake, the man who was sent down here originally to navigate the Little Tennessee River, he met the eastern band of the Cherokee, well, pardon me, the Cherokee Nation. Now, the Cherokee at the time, they had a war dance, a dance of warning. It was 400 Cherokee warriors from every village in the nearby area that showed Lieutenant Henry Timberlake, if you do us wrong, if you betray us, this is what will become of you and your people. Or at least, so it was said. But to go back to the Tellico Blockhouse, you see, by 1807, a lot of the Cherokee had moved out of this area. So later on, there would be a smaller fortification. If I'm not mistaken, it was brought into Polk County, Tennessee. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the video, I should correct that if I am wrong. But anyway, but to go on further, you see, the Tennessee River, the Little Tennessee River, never used to be that large. You see, I think it was about the 1970s, things were going again in the United States. And on the TVA's docket, they had one dam that had not yet been built. And that dam would be used for the recreation, excuse me, the recreation of this area. For people to bring in their boats, almost like a, well, a paradise, I guess. Summer homes, summer vacation homes in the South. But there was a bit of an issue here. You see, just a few years before that, the Endangered Species Act had been established. And along the Little Tennessee River, they found a little fish, a snail darter, no bigger than this. And it only existed along this river system in Tennessee. Well, that was a federal disagreement. The state of Tennessee could not go past that, as well as the Cherokee homelands being in this area. This actually is one of the largest archaeological sites in the United States. So many thousands of years of history, even going back prior to the Cherokee Nation. All of that was along the Little Tennessee River. Well, the state of Tennessee, they got back both the federal government and the Cherokee Nation. You see, it was in a completely unrelated bill that got passed. And that bill, well, passed the construction of the dam. And with the creation of this dam, well, we lost this, well, we didn't lose the snail darter. The snail darter actually was discovered a few years later along a little river system, creek system here in the nearby area. And, well, we also lost these archaeological sites that were sacred land to the Cherokee Nation. Some sources say, if I'm not mistaken, I think it only took a few weeks for the Little Tennessee River to fill up and raise, he was about 6 feet or 14 feet. But the reason why we're out here, well, it all kind of goes back to the Tellico Blockhouse, which is, to me, in comparison to the 3 places that are in this area, which you have Fort Loudon and the Sequoia Birthplace Museum, this is a site that I really don't think that many people come out to, which is kind of sad because it has just as important bit of history behind it. Well, that was definitely an interesting experience. There we go. I didn't mean to break that off into 2 words. That wouldn't really make much sense. But you guys, this is going to be my vlog for the day. Thought it was a pretty fun little outing of mine. So, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Don't forget to share, comment. It always means a lot. Goes to show that y'all care. So you guys, love y'all very much. Vlog over.